Hey guys, be Dave. It's 10:15, 2022, so it's Saturday night. I'm sitting here having a drink, chilling out a little bit, trying to enjoy the weekend the best I can as a target. Not too much going on with me. Kind of got hit all day. I mean, they were kind of shocking my feet, shocking my fingers, shocking parts of my body and that type of stuff. When I was watching TV and stuff, they want you to think about them all the time. If you're not thinking about them, they will shock your fingers or your feet or whatever to try to get you to get them. They want you mad at them and they want you thinking about them all the time. That's just something they do. They just do little things like that all the time. Because they don't want you thinking about other things, you guys. So tonight I want to talk about. Let's talk about I don't know what you call it, perception of the program. Maybe that's a good word. I'm not sure. But they want you to think a certain way about this program, you guys. Now, yes, the cops are involved to a certain point. You could go to the park and there could be a couple cops there. There could be if you go for a ride, there could be 3 or 4 or 5 cops on your ride. The perception they want to portray is that they want you to think that everyone is against you. Everyone's against you, you guys. Everyone. The whole government's against you. The whole, a bunch of these agencies are against you. Everyone's against you. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think that. So if you see a cop and you're driving, you see a cop, they might hit your foot in front of the cop. Or they might hit you in a certain way in front of the cop. Trying to make you think that, oh yeah, this cop, he wants to see you get tortured and all this stuff, and hit and all this stuff. That is not the case, you guys. That is a psyop, They want to make you think that everyone wants to watch you get tortured and all this stuff. That is not true, you guys. Okay, now these cops took an oath to protect and serve the community. Okay, they are not for this, you guys. And I'm sure there's cops. There's probably cops that know about this, and they probably are up at nighttime. Because they know some guy's being tortured to hell. And this is not what they signed up for. They did not sign up for this, you guys. Now, all this stuff about cops using weapons on us and all this stuff, that is not true. That is not true. The police are not using the weapons on us and all this stuff. They're kind of doing what they're told. And if you go to the park, they'll be like, oh, go to the park and sit, and they know a little bit about me, but they don't, do they know I'm being tortured at nighttime or being tortured during the day or whatever? They might not know that. These cops did not sign up for this, you guys. They took an oath, to protect and serve. They don't want to see me get hurt. They don't want to see me get tortured. They may not realize how bad it is when I was getting hit super hard and all this stuff. I had 5 cops out here in front of the house, ready to take me to the psych ward. They're like, I'll take you to the psych ward if you want. If you want to go, I will drive you down there. If you want to go and talk to someone. I'm like, no, I'll call someone on my own. I don't want to go down there. And they didn't take me. They didn't force me to go. None of these times they forced me to go, you guys. I checked myself in. All these times, I checked myself in. The very first time the cops brought me down there, because I scared my relative, they were having me have an outburst in front of my relative and all this stuff, and scared the shit out of her. And the cops brought me down there that time. They didn't diagnose me at that time. They did not diagnose me at that time. But they want you to think everyone's involved in this. Oh, everyone's against you. The whole government's against you. The whole FBI, the CIA, everyone's against you. They want to see you get tortured to hell. That's not true, you guys. That's not true. These cops, they don't want to see you get tortured. They don't want to see you get hurt. I can call up right now. I can call up the police right now, and they'll be like, "I'll be glad to take you down to the hospital. You want to go to the hospital? I'll be glad to take you down there." And I'm not going to get locked up, you guys. I'm not going to get locked up again. Okay? Now, they kind of play the game. They'll be like, "Are you taking medication?" and all this stuff. I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm taking my medication." They're putting a bunch of crap in my mind, and I want to go to the hospital, and stuff. And stuff. They don't want me to go to the hospital because then it has to stop. They don't want me going for help, you guys, because then they have to stop. They want to keep on torturing the hell out of me. That's what they want. But not everyone is for this, you guys. There's a lot of people against this, you guys. A lot of people against this. I have been they were making me run to the bathroom for 6 months, all summer long, making me run to the bathroom until it was May until September. Make me run to the bathroom. Now even my nurse practitioner said you should have went to the hospital. Okay, it was so bad. My bottom was raw. I was dehydrated. It really could have did damage to my body. If I wouldn't have drank Gatorade and water and all that stuff. I don't know how I made it through it. I really don't, because they were hitting me so hard. I haven't been hit this hard since 2016. The torturers don't want you to go get help. They don't want you going to the hospital. You go to that hospital and you talk about this. If you've been locked up a couple times, they're not going to keep on locking you up. It's just, they're not going to keep on doing it. If you can go there and talk about this and not get locked up, there's something that doesn't make sense. Why am I having diarrhea 10 times a day for 5 months, 5.5 months? It doesn't make any sense. They'll do stool tests, they'll do all kinds of blood work, they'll do all these things with you and find nothing wrong with you. It doesn't make any sense. These guys aren't that smart, you guys. They don't want you to go get help because then they have to stop. They have to stop. I'm not afraid to get locked up. I've been locked up so many times. I'm not afraid to get locked up. I was in their custody for 4.5 months. I'm not afraid of it. They don't want me anymore. They don't want to lock me up anymore. We're to that point where they don't want to lock me up anymore. I can go to the hospital and talk about it. They'll call me delusional, but I can still talk about this. And they'll put it in my doctor's notes and everything else. But they think that everyone's against us. That's not the case. The police do not want to see you get hurt with these weapons and tortured. These agencies don't want you to get tortured. They really don't. In my program anyway, they don't want to sit here and watch me get tortured for 5 or 6 months every single year. These guys try to send me to the hospital every year. Every year. That's how bad I get hit. They send me to the hospital almost every single year. Then their money gets cut off. We go through this every single year. They're kind of laying off me now. They're going to lay it back on. They're going to lay it back on. And we're going to get to the point where they're going to send me to the hospital again. It's going to happen again. Every year they send me to the hospital. They hit me so bad. Now, these agencies don't want to see that. They don't want to see me get tortured like this. They want me to go to the hospital so this will stop. They want me to go to the hospital so this will stop. So the stubborn TIs that are like, I'm not going in for help, I'm not going to ask for help, I should be in the hospital, I'm not going, and all this stuff. Well, let me tell you something. You're doing more damage to yourself than anything, because if you go to the hospital and you explain this, that you think you're being hit with directed energy weapons and Havana syndrome and all this stuff, then they have to stop, and they'll probably cut the money off. So if you want to sit there like a punching bag and be tortured and tortured and tortured and not go for help, well, that's what your torturers want. They want you to do that. They want to sit here and torture the hell out of you. They don't want you going for help. That's the way the game works. So, and there's big dogs in government that don't want to see us get tortured. Like I say, in my program, they're not following the protocol. There's someone there, a handler or whoever's in charge of this program is a contractor. They're telling these guys to hit me hard all the time. When they get money, they'll get money and I get nailed, and then it gets cut off. Right now it's getting cut off. Right now I'm not getting hardly any gang stalking by the house. There ain't no gang stalkers out there at all. There's no gang stalkers out there. Usually there's 5 gang stalkers out there. It lightened up around the house. I'm not getting gang stalked all day around the house anymore. And tonight I went for a ride. I went for a ride by myself because Max didn't want to go. There wasn't any gang stalkers out. I didn't see any vehicular stalking at all. So they're starting to cut things off, and things are slowing down a little bit. And they can lighten it. They can, the thing is they can pick it up all they want. Pick it up and spend that money. Get rid of that money. Spend that money. Spend it all. Spend it all. I really don't care. If they spend all this money on these gang stalkers and all this stuff, that's less money that's going to them, operators. So if they want to spend all this money on all these people, that's fine with me, and stuff. So I really don't care. But my point is that not everyone is for this. There's people in government and people in the police and in these agencies. They don't agree with this, you guys. They don't agree with this. A lot of times they can't stop it for some reason. They can't stop it. They leave it up to you. They leave it up to you to stop this, you guys. Which means maybe going to the hospital and talking about this. They'll cut them off. You can make this stop if you want to. You can make the torture stop if you want to. If you run to the hospital, if you have insurance and stuff, medical assistance or Medicare or Medicaid or something like that, if you go to the hospital, this will stop. It'll stop for a while until they get more money. But don't sit there and be a punching bag for these guys and be stubborn and be like, I'm just going to sit here and take it. I can take whatever they're going to dish out and I can take it. I went through that for a year, you guys, and it was miserable. I don't want to go through that again. So don't be like that. Don't be stubborn. Go for help. It'll stop. It'll stop. They're not going to keep on locking you up. It serves no purpose. I'm telling you from experience. I've been locked up 3 times. They don't want me anymore. So, and they guaranteed me I wasn't going to be locked up again. So, that's what I'm talking about. Not everyone is against, or not everyone is for this. There are a lot of people against this torture. These operators are working alone. These agencies don't want to see you get tortured like this. They really don't. They really don't. Not in my program. They don't. They want me to go get help when I'm being hurt super bad. And I'll go to the hospital and this will stop. The big dogs will get involved and they'll stop it. They'll stop it. So that's what I want to say. That's my advice. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later.